नमस्कार दोस्तों, welcome to our channel Think Tech India. Today in our show, we have a special guest, Mr. Shahi Khan Sadat. He is a Pashtun activist, come writer, and sir, welcome to our show. Today our topic is Atankistan is standing on the doorstep of collapse. We know that we can say Parosi neighbor, but in general what we Indian think Pakistan is an Atankistan. They always send terrorists in India and other part of the world. And actually, Mr. Sadat is also from Pakistan. He is from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, but he is fighting against the terror of Pakistani army and Pakistan government. So Sadat sir, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Dr. Basuda. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Let me clear one thing that we are living on both sides of the Duran line. Some of my mother's side, grandmother's side relatives are from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and then we are my parents' father's side is from other side, Afghanistan. Others we usually call free Afghanistan, but it's not right now. It's not free Afghanistan, unfortunately. But usually we call other side of the Duran line. And I grew up in Peshawar my entire life with my uncles who were from that Peshawar, from century living there. Yes.
Sir, can you introduce yourself to our audience, please?
Yeah, thank you so much. Like I said, basically, I was born in a village because, like I said, we are so much the Duran line divided family so much that we are one brother is living one side, the other side, and cousin. We are also connected to each other. So I lived in the border, Jalalabad. I was born there in a small village. And then when the Russian came, we came back. We moved to Peshawar, where we lived with our uncles. They were, from Peshawar. They were Arbab's families. So we went there to Peshawar. And then I grew up in Peshawar. I went to school there. So through this time, I saw so many things that I can talk to you about when there's a question comes between, and then we will. And then I went to Germany, and from Germany, United States, studied international relations. I have my family, 3 beautiful children, girls, and my wife. Thanks.
Sir, we have been hearing so many different stories about the Pashtuns. Would you tell me their lives before and after the endless war that they have been going through this?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. This is a very interesting question. The thing is that before the war, we were totally different people. For example, we had like we have Gurdwara in Jalalabad. Close to us, we had a Hindu, Sikhs, Jews, all these community among us. They were, living among each other. And when I was a child, my father would go to this Hindu. We would call Hindu or Sikh people Lala. In Afghan, Pashtun call them Lala, means older brother. So out of respect. So when my father would go, we would shop everything.
Like that, we called Lala Lajpat Rai, who was a Hindu leader of the.
Oh, we call everyone Lala, so older brothers. So and then we would buy everything from them because they were good businessmen, and they're in Jalalabad. They have a very big community. They had big community. Unfortunately, it's no longer that way. So and then the war started. Afghanistan. The Russian came. Russian occupied Afghanistan. Then we moved to Peshawar. Then we were living among our uncles. My uncles was there. Like I said, they were from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So I went. They put me in schools. In the beginning, for a few days, I went also to madrasa, but I was lucky that my uncles, they knew that madrasas were a place for brainwashing Afghan children to send them to war, to use them for proxies. So my uncles, they were all educated families, and they were well, established there. So they put me in modern schools in Takal, Peshawar, and then from there, then I went to Germany. This was, and then like I after the war, like I said, everything changed. The other day, somebody asked me. They said there was a Jew. He asked me that you're our brother. I said you came too late, because now I'm a skeleton. Everything is removed from us. Our culture, our identity, our we are just like we were left to the wolves. So honestly, this is the thing, the beauty that we had in our culture, that we hospitality, the respect for women. Like for example, in Afghan culture, in Pashtun culture, even if your arch enemy come to the woman of that arch enemy come for forgiveness, his son or daughters, or who killed one of your relative, close loved one, being a good Pashtun to forgive them. But you see contrast. You see these days, these zombies, they're beating women, and then they all in the name of religion. So basically, the ISI and its proxies build madrasas and destroyed our culture. It committed a genocide against our culture, and we will never forgive them. Personally, I would not forgive them. And this is the thing that we are not today. Hatred is injected, and the country has been destroyed. And this is the Pakistan's policy. And then you see how they treat us in the Pashtun and Baloch and even inside in so-called Pakistan. We can talk about that question later if you have any question about that. Thank you. This was
Sir, I am asking one question. Why there is no end to that war? And with this, I am also asking, when Taliban 2.0 came to the Afghanistan, Pakistan became very happy that they are saying, we bring the Taliban. And now Taliban is fighting with the Pakistan army. What is this?
I think, Pakistan is always playing double game. From the outside, they show that they're really fighting. They brought Taliban, they brainwash in their madrasas. They have the same mentality. Faiz Maulana Faiz Rahman is leading the whole thing. And the thing is, the bigger thing is how these things operate. For example, in Afghanistan, if you see all natural resources from Afghanistan is lined up, and they're robbing daily from Afghanistan to Punjab. If you see hundred of trucks, thousand of trucks coming from Afghanistan, and they're moving towards Punjab. And this is the important. The second important thing is that if you see, they close all schools, especially for women. The bigger picture is that, and the smaller picture, what you do is this is sometimes this conspiracies. In conspiracy, they just there's you shooting one or other. They don't care about their own soldier, or about their Taliban. They just do that to show to the world, or to some of the people that, these Taliban are against us. But in a bigger picture, you see that things are different, because all these Maulawis, Haqqaniya leaders come to Kabul, and they're treated like like kings. Or you see the Pakistani ambassador, he's like viceroy sitting in Kabul making decision. So we have to look the bigger picture. This is the thing that I don't believe that they're against each other. They're very close to each other.
But nowadays we are seeing that Taliban is present in India also.
The Taliban is, I'm sorry?
They are Taliban is praising India also. They are inviting India to invest in there.
I wish that Taliban should see the bigger picture. I wish they're but it will be too late when they find out. India is always a good friend, and India provided Afghanistan the best engineers, doctors. Whenever our children went to India, they were the most safe. But when they went to Pakistan, including, look, being a child there, I was brainwashed for, we were brainwashed like Jim Jihad, Kaf Kafir. These books were published and we were full of hatred and we were prizing Pakistani general, those who were our killers. But after a long time, we realized that they used us. They used us in the name of religion. They destroy everything. And I tell you that they have to know that the Taliban has to know that. They sold them so many times to different, and they will be sold again by Pakistani. So the thing is, I hope this is the case, that they open the door to India, to other countries in the world, and stop Pakistan, because Pakistan is destroying the roots of Afghans. They're destroying the roots. They cannot stand Afghans. So the Indian or others, they're probably about their interests and share interests, like we're Afghan. But the Pakistani establishment don't accept our existence. This is totally different. So this is the thing we have to watch.
Sir, since you have been grown up in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which is also known as KPK, you are related to Pashtuns on both sides of the Durand line, and you have relatives on both sides. Can you tell me what is going on in that part of the world?
Yeah.
Is they are happy with Pak
Look,
administration or
I
Afghan administration, Taliban administration?
I give you one example, two example. In a human history, did you see a killer who killed 400 innocent Pashtun and Baloch, and then instead of going to jail, he get free and rewarded for promotion? Isra Anwar. He is responsible for the killing of more than 400 Pashtun Baloch, innocent people. This is the example. This is the Pakistan that we see it. This is in control of the only one ethnic group and militaries behind. Did you ever, can you tell me that the Pakistani military used every weapon they bought against Pashtun and Baloch? The weapon which supposed to be the plane that's supposed to protect the land, but you use them every single gun against the Pashtun and Baloch. They destroy 1.5 million Waziristani's home, displace them millions. Do you think these Pashtun will go with them? Or do you think that the Pakistani Punjab establishment are, when arresting Pashtun or Baloch, they are removing their organs, selling them? And lately you saw that this was happening in Lahore hospital, in Punjab, in one of the Punjab hospital, that 400 body was there. Do you think these people will be happy with Pakistan? Do you think those people will be happy that they take their children? They've built 45,000 places in the name of religious school, madrasa, where they don't teach religion but hatred, and then they use them, brainwash them, and send them for proxies. Do you think they will be happy? So probably not. They're not. They want, and then do you think they will be happy that they're stealing already the natural resources of Pashtuns and Sindhis and Baloch? They're selling their islands, the Sindhi islands, to lease it to China. Do you think they will be happy? No, I don't think so. So there's a big difference. Only the Punjab state, Punjab is, and its military establishment.
Sir, can you tell me the atrocities of Pak army on the people of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Balochistan, and Sindh and KPK and other parts of the Pakistan, except Punjab? I think only Punjab is the Pakistan country according to Pak army, and
Exactly.
only Pakistan is the country. Every country has its own army, And in Pakistan, Pak army has its own country.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. I can answer that question too if you have any question about Pakistan army. So how their nature, their yeah.
Whatever atrocity they are doing.
Look, like you said, the nature of Pakistan army is that I will question back, and then you will be thinking if you have answered about that. Did you ever saw a military general in the human history who owns islands? This is General Kiani. Did you saw any military general who owns 200 Papajan restaurants? This is Bajwa's Asim Bajwa, the other Bajwa's cousin. Did you see that Fauji factory? That is they sell everyone. They cart that they were selling humans flesh too, and that human flesh was of Baloch. So this military is just running, this establishment of military is running this whole area in the name of Pakistan. At the end of the day, they either move to Europe or Dubai or Arabic countries, and then they buy islands. So this is the nature of Pakistani military. Anyone who opened the mouth, they get shot, they get stopped, they can be arrested. And one thing, who are behind them? To me, people like Maulana Fazil Rahman, uh, Maulana Sirajul Haq, and these Tariq Jamil, and these are like the special force of the army. They're real. They're paving the way for this military to commit crime. They're using religion and then paving the road for them, and then they're coming after. Like exactly like Maulana Faiz Rahman said once, we fought Afghan jihad for the interest of the West. This was हमने एक jihad गर्ब की ख्वाहिशात पे लड़ा है. He has there's a video of him, you can watch them. So they killed more than 2 million Afghans. Both sides of Pashtuns' house were destroyed, Afghans' home were destroyed, in everything. At the end, he says he fought for this was, for the interest of others. So every narrative is lie. Pakistan is built based on wrong and false narratives, and it will collapse.
Sir, nowadays we are seeing Pakistan is going through a famine phase. They don't have the flour for making rotis, don't have sugars, don't have ghee and other cooking oils, don't have gas, and they don't have even electricity also. Do you think a country can survive now? Now today, Pakistani dollar goes to 262 rupees, near about 70 to 70 rupees in open market. Do you think this country will save their future? They don't have any export. They can only export their Atank, only export terror. So, what is your opinion about this?
Look, like I said, one thing is that, like you said, that it's in depth, drown in depth. 274 points, 275 or 74 uh, billion dollars are in debt Pakistan right now, which is more than 62 to 63 trillion rupees. They are in debt. This is one thing. They cannot, no one will pay them. No one want to, they were built. This was a project of British. They were built and then they used them. The second thing, the narrative of Pakistan is just based on lie, because they didn't treat it. They use all other ethnic groups and sacrifice their life only for Punjab and its military. This is one thing. The other thing is that the Pakistani military, when they were seeing before, when I was child, oh, Pakistani military, something untouchable. It was about everything. You could say something to God, but not to Pakistani military. So the way they were. But today, everyone see them as robbers. So this whole narrative of Pakistan, the people realize it after the social media came, everything, and the young generation realize it, and then they see it. Why Punjab has everything? Why we don't? Once they displaced these Pashtun and Baloch, when they went to Karachi or they went to Lahore, they saw a different world. They say, why they're stealing, taking all our resources, and then we have nothing. So here the collapse of Pakistan started, because everything is in the people's mind. When there's a question about a state, then the state doesn't exist. So this Pakistani, the general Kayani, living in Ireland, why, if he is Pakistan is so great, then why he doesn't live there? He sucked the blood of everyone, killing Sindhi, Baloch, and Pashtun and everyone, and then taking the money. And the same other generals in Canada. There's a colony of generals here in Fremont. It's a big. You go when you go to their homes, they're living in palaces. So this Pakistan is just a wrong narrative anymore. People know that. So this is why it's not only depth, but also the questions, the corruption, everything is part of that. And the lie, based on the lie, the creation of Pakistan. So this will collapse.
Sir, nowadays we are hearing that from Kashmir they want to Kashmir means POJK want to reunion with India. In Gilgit Baltistan they are sloganing that कारगिल काट दो, खोल दो, दिलों के दूरी मिटा दो और हमें उस तरफ जाने दो. They also want reunion. Sindh is saying पहले बना था बांग्लादेश, अब बनेगा सिंधु देश. Sindh also demanding freedom. Baluchi is also demanding freedom, and KPK is also demanding freedom. So another how many days this Pakistan will last?
Look, like the thing is, if you see the whole thing, like I said, they're just if you see Gilgit Baltistanis, they're taking their natural resources, destroying their life. You see the life of Waziristanis. We see the lives of other Pashtun and KPK. You see the lives of Baloch. Daily, they receive daily deaths. Daily, family members are killed, prison, torture, and then this is natural. You know, you cannot. You know, I mean, if somebody is killing my children, killing is so many ways. Like the state is killing these children in different way. These ethnic groups, they are destroying their ethnic identity. They are using religion in wrong way to destroy their identities. They are using them up in proxies. They are taking their natural resources. They keep them illiterate. They're when anybody want to raise their voice, they take them, they destroy them, and then the Punjabis are running everything. I give you one example. I have a friend from Swat. They grow apples, and the apples they grow. I just give you this example. Forget other nature resources from air. This is all from belong to Punjab. We're just walking on those lands. We just take picture there, but the whole thing is belong. And this friend told me what they do is they borrow, like for example, they lend you money a little bit from Punjab. So the whole thing is when you export, for example, he was exporting apple to Afghanistan. First, the apple from Swat had to go to Lahore, Pinde, and then from Pinde is opposite way. They go to Pinde, and from Pinde back to Kabul. So they were basically, the Punjabi has to make money out of it. And then the second thing is they lend money to these farmers. At the end, they're living in burden, they live in debt, and everything they take to Punjab, the factory is there. They make juices out of it. They make a soap out of it. They make shampoo out of it. So everything is there. So the people are realizing that. So this Pakistan that cannot exist. I mean, this is just Punjabistan.
Sir, what is your expectation from our Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
I think because I not only from him but from the whole people of India, as well from the people of the world, we we have been used, abused, and our culture has been destroyed. We were always good friend to India, always. And everyone forget the being friendship, being a humans. A civilization and its culture has been destroyed by the state of Pakistan, by the establishment of Pakistan, by the fascist and terrorist sponsoring state of Pakistan. Our identity has been destroyed. Our culture has been is a cultural genocide. I think this is the duty, the duty of every human being that to stand with us, because we lost millions and millions Afghan, and then we lost everything. So a human duty is there to help us to restore our identity, our culture. I want to be Afghan. I want to be the same Afghan that the next door, that a Jew, Christian, Hindu, my Afghan brothers who are living to me for century and century and thousands of years live to with me again. I just want this, that Afghanistan, and that India can raise this issue in international level, to, there are enough NGOs, Indian NGOs, to, question Pakistan for genociding the Afghan culture. So this is what we expect from India.
Lately, you might have heard a propaganda of BBC about Prime Minister of India, Modi ji. What is your personal view about the negative and biased documentary?
I think if you see lately, India is a leading country. It's if you see Modi ji's has his own foreign policy. It's not like he doesn't want to be like bogeyman, following and running after others. He to him is his national interest about everything. So this documentary is a, I think this is just a kind of uh, unjust what they are doing it, because if you see why they don't go after Pakistan. I mean, Pakistan committing genocide of all these groups. They kill million and million and thousand and hundred and thousand of Pashtun, Baloch, Sindhis. All these are Muslims. Why in the same time the British government is next, just sitting next to those general, and those are their strategic partners, and then they're just criticizing Modi, and why they didn't do it before, when the policy was they were always prizing Modi. If you see 5 6 years before the Ukraine war, you would see that India, the great people, Hindu, the great people, India are now in the media. This is Hindu, that's to Muslim, and this I think this is, I find it ironically. And I tell one thing to all Indian, regardless if they're Sikh, they're Hindu, they're Muslim. If there's no India, you will be nothing. And live in unity and stand together. Because if you see countries like Pakistan, that they remove the organs of other people and sell it, then you will know. If you see the lives of Afghans right now, because they have no country, they're no one, they're nothing, then you cannot have your what you believe, you cannot keep it, you cannot do it. So this is why I ask to all, don't let anybody to divide you. Just stand together, stick together, and 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 live like a great democracy that we always hear from. India is the biggest democracy in the world. Just live that way, and stand together to stand for your country.
Sir, in 1947, India and Pakistan both were started a new journey. Now just look at the standard of India and the Pakistan. According to you, why Pakistan going on the wrong track?
Yeah, look, if you see 1947 and those years, India became an independent country. And then if you see, the British wanted a footnote there. And when India refused it, they start creating Pakistan. Because the creation Pakistan was The British wanted to have a place to stay there. So basically, India was a country, natural state, and Pakistan was a project. And when you have a project, you have your own. You don't you have your interest, what you want. So this is the thing that always, the Pakistani military, if you see those generals or those big mullahs, their parents were working for, they were always working for British army. They brought them back in power, and they were indirect protecting the interest of British. So when the war started in Afghanistan, Cold War started in Afghanistan, then they used these whole Pakistani military was creating this madrasa, all these things in the name of madrasa, these centers to brainwash people to get money, while India was focusing on engineering, medical, doctors. They were creating doctors. They were wanted to change their generation to a better future. But the military establishment of Pakistan was preparing them for for a war, to be a fuel of war. They were creating. This is why India is today where the India is. Pakistan was just like a contract killers. Pakistani military was a contract killers the whole time. So they didn't care about the people. They didn't care about they were just care about their interests. Like I said, they own islands. American generals, American is the richest country. Can you tell me any general who own a one home? I mean, they're still paying their mortgage, but these guys are owning island. So those were kind of um, protecting others' interests. So not the interest of the people. I don't hear you. I'm sorry, your voice is cut up.
Sir, in the conclusion, finally, what is your message to the people of India as well as the world?
Like I said earlier, that we Afghans, if you see the true Afghans, we are always living together. Like I said, my Hindu brothers, my Sikh brothers, my Jews brothers, and I want that kind of Afghanistan. We are not how the Pakistani portray us. These brainwashed was the zombies who were created by the proxies, by the Pakistan Punjabi establishment to brainwash Afghans children. And these children who are brainwashed and they don't respect any other culture, so these are not Afghan mentality. Afghan will never beat a woman in the public. This is, I mean, never beat the woman. Public are not public. That the thing is like the way they see it, like right now, what they do it, the beating a woman, beating other people, women, and all these things. These are not Afghans. This is not Afghan value at all. So I hope one day that we become the same free country and free Afghanistan. And I hope that in this difficult time, India and all these words, people from the world who hear my message, to stand with us, to help us to restore our identity, our culture, and our country and freedom. Thank you so much. And I hope everyone stand in with the voice of Baloch, Pashtun, and Sindhis as well, because everyone is the victim of the fascist and terrorist sponsoring state of Pakistan. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me the stage to be here.
Sir, you came to our channel,
Thank you.
Namaskar, and from I am inviting you from another show. Definitely, we will do some more shows with you,
Thank you. Sure, sure.
and that will be a big conversation with also some Sindhi leaders, some Baluch leaders. That will be a big show,
Will be great.
big
Sure.
conclave like show. I am inviting you for this show also. So,
Thank you.
sir, you came to our channel, and it's our pleasure that you share your views to us. And this is the pleasure of Think Tank India also. And Darshak, देखते रहिए Think Tank India. Share, subscribe and like our channel. Namaskar.
Thank you so much. Thank you.